I have right here what the internet claims are the 5 best wedges of 2025. But I'm here to truly find out what one can actually take that crown. One thing that I would say, for me, there's already one missing on this list. I'm putting them to a head-to-head battle through 5 real-world scenarios, testing everything from the distance control to spin and dispersion. At the end of it, we'll crown the ultimate wedge for 2025. So the contenders, we have TaylorMade milled grind, a Mizuno wedge from this year, RTZ from Cleveland, Callaway Opus SP, and what many people claim is the daddy, the SM10. First up is the Titleist SM10 Vokey design, and what many people say is the pinnacle of wedge fitting within the industry. It has the option of 6 grinds across multiple different lofts and an abundance of bounce choices too. It has the TX9 grooves with progressive CG shaping for control and flight. The first real world scenario with a 48 degree has to be a long bunker shot. So this task is simple. 5 shots, 5 scenarios with each wedge. The accumulative distance from the flag in feet will give us our winner for overall. But I also want to put a category in here for best looking wedge, because there's nothing like a good looking wedge, is there? I do like this chrome look, I have to say. Well, we're starting off hard. Long bunker shot. Oh, I played an absolute gem. Get down that slope. Get down that slope. Simmer now. That has rolled out more than it should have. But for a long bunker shot, I think that's actually going to be genuinely hard to beat. That felt lovely through that turf. For reference, this has an F grind and 10 degrees of bounce, so more bounce in a bunker is always favourable. In terms of footage, we've got 3, 6, 9 feet going down for shot 1 with the SM10. Heading into shot 2 up the hill with the SM10. This is just out of like a little bit of semi-rough. Got away with me a little bit, but a really good shot. Heading into shot 3, and this was right at the back of the flag. This measures around 50 yards, this pitch shot. Ideal for a wedge when you're trying to fire one in low to test it. Some real sauce on that. We hit this to 12 feet. Not bad. Next up, we had a little bit of a cheeky one across the slope, and these are the ones that you can easily get away from you, right? Easily get away from you. And we hit this to 5 feet. Finishing on an absolute beaut where we hit it to 1 foot. You know what? I thought that last shot had an absolute chance. So this gives the SM10 an overall score right now, laying the gauntlet down of 28 feet. Next up, we're going to go with a wedge that I'm really interested in. The Mizuno Pro T1. And this is Grain Flow Forge 1025 carbon steel. And a really interesting part of this club is they have grooves which they're calling quad cut. And essentially, a hydroflow micro grooves helps in wet and dry conditions, in a sense to get spin in every single scenario. Now they say this is ideal for players with precise wedge game and wanting premium feel with lots of options. And I have to say, first look at this wedge, it looks very, very high end. So first up, the long bunker shot. This is always a tough shot, right? And to hit it to 10 feet, I don't think is too bad at all. Second up, the little chip up the hill from the semi-rough. I didn't quite get this as good as I thought. It was okay, to 3.5 feet. I was expecting a little more though. Third shot, the long 50-yard pitch. Now this thing was zipped in, it was low, it was juicy, and I hit it so good. I do feel that this club, it does give you the option to vary your flight, and I do think it is positioned towards a better player in the market. Shot number 4, the little diddler. I just duffed this. Didn't get it good. This, I left some footage on the table. It wasn't as good as it should be. And finally, finishing up with the chip down the hill. Again, it was a little bit duff. I had high hopes for this wedge with the looks, but I'll be honest, for me, it doesn't just suit my swing, suit the way I play, and they give me the ability to have some confidence down behind the ball. But that being said, it is a very good looking wedge. This goes in at second place so far with an average footage of 33.5 feet. Shot number one with the TaylorMade MG5. What a long bunker shot. It had spin on it, floated it lovely, all the way down to around 6 feet. This then gave us the second shot, the little chip up the hill, and this had just a little bit of sauce on it, which I really enjoyed. We're now on our third pitch shot, which is our 50-yard shot to the back flag. It is a seriously strong start from this club. And I want to pick out a few features that I'm really loving. The first thing being these grooves. It's almost got like a rusty, worn effect. I used to have this style wedge as a kid. I love it when wedges rust up. I realize this is not the same for everybody, but this looks very good. And the idea behind that is it improves spin around the green. The second feature is this sole, which we'll see on these full shots now, but can you see how it's got like a milled sole with these lines that run through it? The idea here is that it improves turf interaction. Now we're hitting a shot right to that back flag. I wonder how good we can get this one. Go, get up that hill. Ooh, I just got it a tiny bit fat. We've left this one a little bit shorter than the rest. So this gives us 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17 feet. Not a good one. And looking down at this one from above, is a very good looking wedge. I go again about this. The grooved area here sticks out as you're looking down. It almost makes the head look a little bit bigger than it actually is. Shot number 4, the little diddler down the slope. Just gotta land it just past the fringe. Oh, we played a beaut. 2.5 feet. Final shot. I mean, these are all scenarios where I would use this lofted club. Now, TaylorMade have 6 milled grinds. That's this area on the bottom of the club, essentially to suit different conditions, different player types, and different swing types. Like, for example, if you're a golfer who plays in more turf conditions where it's softer, or firmer, links versus parkland. Final chip with the TaylorMade. Oh, we played a beaut. This could be the first hole out of the day. I tell you what, that has run on way more than I thought. I played that, in my eyes, a 10 out of 10. And here we go, to around 5 feet. I'm gonna say 4.5 feet for this one. For the 5th shot with the TaylorMade MG5. I'm impressed with this club. I've never actually gamed a TaylorMade wedge, but I might have to rethink after that. I like it. We are 3 wedges down and we have 2 to go. The Callaway and the Cleveland. And we're gonna go with the Cleveland Wedge, the RTZ. Now, this is made of a Z alloy, so it feels lighter, softer feel off the face, plus it has a zip core CG optimization. Now, they've also got updated grooves and CG construction across the face and across the range. And what Golf Monthly say is a good choice if you want a premium feel, but maybe a little more playability and forgiveness. And here we go, the 5 shots away with the Cleveland RTZ. First up, we have the long bunker shot, which was absolutely delightful. The feeling of that club through the sand was just like I was hitting a 58 degree. Now, those shots around the green on shot 2 was also feeling of that I had control through the turf. Other things that I'm noticing on this club has a nice amount of spin, and as we move to the 50-yarder, you could see it really grip and grab. It's so hard to get it back to that back flag from that 50 yards, that little Mackenzie. I think I've only done it once, and that was with the Mizuno Wedge. But nevertheless, it wasn't a bad shot. Followed up with by the little diddler down the slope. Again, this one keeps catching me out. It's a toughie. And finally, the shot from the back down to the Mackenzie at the front. I thought I'd hold this. I thought we had hold it. Okay, we have the footage in for this club. We're not going to reveal this till right at the end of the video because we have one more wedge to test. The Callaway Opus SP. But before that, I want to pick out a few key features. I like the distinguished difference, a little bit similar to TaylorMade, between where the grooved area is and the outer, almost satin finish to this wedge. The grey and the silver gives a great contrast. You can also see how the grooves run into this outer area. From the sole, you've got this minimalistic look, nothing going on. Really quite strange with this flash of chrome too. This is a 48 degree, mid grind and 10 degrees of bounce. It's quite a narrow sole everywhere, but that being said, how it performed, I did feel it gave me confidence around the green, even though it doesn't look like it should. It definitely feels like it's easier to hit than it gives off the look as. Big thumbs up for this one so far. Callaway Opus SP. What's the first thing that sticks out to me here is the shaping of this. It's almost like, in my eyes, a little bit more like an iron shape. This is the 48 degree, and the wedges do slightly change shape as you go through this range, and that top line is almost a little bit on the thin side. And this wedge has very much been designed with players who are looking for that tour shape and real high performance wedge. And yeah, I'm getting that feeling from this. Here we go. Bunker shot coming up. Oh, we played a delight. Go on, get down that Mackenzie, all the way up there. That's the best of the day. That's about 4 feet. It's a strong start. That felt buttery smooth through the sand, but we've got 4 more shots to hit, and let's see where it stacks up. Here we go. What a first shot. Should also point out, every single one of these wedges has the ability to get multiple different lofts, multiple different bounces, and grinds. Now, I mentioned at the start of this video that for me, there's one wedge that's missing in this. All these wedges are very high end, Cleveland being the cheaper end of this spectrum, but should Tacoma be in there? Let me know your thoughts. Plus, are there any other wedges that you think should be in here too? Here's shot number 2 with the Callaway Opus SP. It's really nice, that sort of line at the back, isn't it? How good was that first shot? Come on, I've not played this one well all day. Got that really good, really spinny. That is a solid start. A foot, 4.5 feet in total, 2 shots in, fair play. One thing I'd also comment on this 50-yard shot. Every single one of these wedges that we have played, I'm able to play that sort of low, mid-flight, really spinny shot. And that's because a lot of wedges now in 2025, they have moved that CG position a little bit higher in the face. And that allows you to hit that sort of lower one easier. Top tour players don't want to see it go high. They want to see it low, medium flight, and very, very spinny. Come on, can we get this one back on that top tier? I feel like I might have done it. Ooh, slightly too aggressive. I feel like I should really put these wedges back, these divots back. I say wedges, they are like a wedge. It's getting to that time of year, but that means it's exciting because we're so close to all the new equipment coming out in 2026. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do that, because this is your place to get honest reviews on the latest equipment, and we put them to the test in real world scenarios. It was really on a great start, but this shot right here has let it down. 3, 6, 9, 12 feet. That has made this tight now between a couple of wedges with 2 shots to go. I have to say, this does feel one of the most spinniest wedges so far to this point. Play this one delightfully, come on. It releases a little more than you think. There's a little bit of a slope. Ah, soft. It's not bad. 5.5 feet from there though. Probably not good enough. Let's play the final shot down this slope. It's seriously tight right now, but if we can put this one close, we could have an outright winner. Just land it on that Mackenzie, let it release. Soft, 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 it's soft! Ah, this has just brought another wedge in here. I played that good, but 3, 6, 9, 12 feet on the final chip. The scores are in, and I have in my hand every single wedge that we tested. Now, I said I'm going to give you my overall wedge based on this test and my best looking. Let's start with best looking. I'm going to give it to Cleveland. That right there for me is one of the best looking wedges of 2025. I like the minimalistic look. I like the fact that the whole idea is that it plays way more forgiving than it looks. So for me, this is going down as the best looking wedge. It's also that top line. The fact that you have that sort of difference between the area of where you hit and the grooves and the outer area of the face, it makes it look a little bit thicker than it is. So that placebo look. Okay, this is where we need the phone. We have the data all in here. I'm going to start in last place, which really surprised me because this wedge started off so well. Callaway Opus SP. It started with a 3.5 foot chip, then a 1 foot chip, and then the third and the last chip really let it down. For 34 feet, it was literally in pole position up until that point. In second to last place, we have the Mizuno TP, and this is 33.5 feet, followed by the TaylorMade MG5 at 33 feet. Coming in at second place was the Cleveland at 29.5 feet. What a really good showing. Didn't hit any of them actually particularly close. It was just overall, it was in a good situation. None of them were close, none of them were too far away. Very consistent, which I guess fits into what this wedge is all about. And finally, in first place, going down as what from this test and what the internet is saying are the best wedge of 2025 is the SM10. Is it bad that I really didn't want it to be that? It's the wedges that I use and the wedges that I love, but I really thought Cleveland was going to do it. I really, really did. So let me know exactly what wedge you think is the best wedge of 2025. Here's the compilation of the best wedges of 25. There's the results.